Hello Beginner Dragons, this is going into the 4th month of your curriculum, which means this is going to be the last month for this cycle, unless we are going to change it somehow. But as we go on, what I would be focusing on for you guys, if we were actually at the karate studio, is I would be working on critiques and how to make yourself look a lot better and have better technique for your karate. But since we aren't there, it's going to be a little hard for me to look at what you're doing and see what I can help out with. So as I'm doing your form and as I'm working throughout it, I'm going to tell you some sort of details and some drills to work on making it look nice and making sure that you guys actually know how to do the karate instead of making it look like you know. Anyways, as I was saying about focus is what we are working on this month for our physical trait. So focus is what you guys have to do. So focus is blocking out all your distractions and making sure you get to that goal and remembering what that goal is. So let's say my goal was to find my glasses. I wouldn't be looking for my laptop, my iPad, my phone. I wouldn't be looking for that. I would be focusing and making sure I'm going to that one goal of looking for my glasses. This could be the same for you guys. Say you guys wanted to clean the dishes or make your bed. You wouldn't get stuck on making sure your toys look all nice or getting food instead of cleaning or something of the sort. So focus, make sure you get to that one goal. Another thing about focus is making sure you remember things. So instead of making sure that you have your toys, you could also make sure that everything looks nice or that you are actually knowing your karate while also doing that one goal. So it's like sort of getting to that goal while also remembering other things that might be out of place, such as if I'm looking for my glasses and I find my lost guinea pig or something like that, I can be able to multitask and get my guinea pig and my glasses at the same time. So that's just a short way to explain it. I'm sure in these next few weeks I'm going to give you a couple of examples of focus better than these. But anyways, the other thing we're working on is our mental goal, which is respect. Respect, if you guys don't know, the golden rule. The golden rule is treat others how you would like to be treated. So respect is mutual. So that means I can't have respect if I don't give respect. And you can't give respect without respect. So you want to give respect so that you can receive it. Because, as you guys know, if you guys treat someone very poorly, they're probably going to treat you pretty poorly as well. So, other than being treated poorly, you probably would want to be treated pretty well. So, you want to treat that person pretty well, so then they can treat you pretty well. Or else, we'd all be treated like dirt. And then, like last month, we wouldn't have a great self-image or some self-confidence to make ourselves feel better. So, just a connection of all those things. That's what you guys are working on this month, as well as your form, making it look nice, and making sure you actually know those techniques, and you're out of line trouble, so you can actually fight back if someone tries to hurt you. So, now, as always, we're going to do a warm-up. For this warm-up, it's pretty simple. We're just going to do push-ups, then sit-ups, then push-ups, then sit-ups again. So, enough talking. We are going to move on to our warm-up. So, we are going to do 5 push-ups, and then 5 sit-ups, or crunches, whatever you'd like. 5 push-ups, 5 sit-ups. So, let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure when you bend your elbows, they go all the way to the back of your body instead of hunching over like this, which isn't what the proper technique is. So 5 sit-ups or 5 crunches, whatever you feel like. 1, make sure you're crossing your hands again. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 push-ups again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then back for sit-ups again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can go on to one more if you'd like, or you can do 2 more or whatever. That's just the bare minimum so that you guys kind of can sweat, but not really feel tired yet. That's what a warm-up is for. So we just did that. So we gotta work on our legs now. So you can do whatever warm-up you can, whatever you'd like. Like I always say, you can do whatever warm-up you'd like, but this is just what I think on the spot. So you can do calf raises. So again, feet together like so, and then going up on your tippy toes and then back down. So up, down, keep on raising them. You're just using your leg muscles so that you can push yourself up and then bring them back down slowly while not generating any momentum or some sort of way to relieve the stress off your legs. So this is purely just leg muscles, which is great if you want to do some tricking or some sort of leg exercise in the future. Other than that, you can do squats. So spread your feet about shoulder width, bending down to your knees, making sure it's kind of like you're sitting down, but not pushing your butt back, keeping your hands up so that you aren't swinging, making sure you are not bending forward because that takes a lot of the stress out from your legs. So keep on doing that if you'd like. Again, this is all just things that I can think of for warm-ups. Couple squats. You could do lunges, which are you switch so that one foot is in the front, one foot is in the back, bending that back leg so it almost touches the ground, but not quite. And then you can switch. Again, one in the back, one in the front, bend, switch, bend, switch, bend, switch. If you want an extra challenge for that, you can do lunge, front kick, lunge, front kick, lunge, front kick, and of the sort. After that, as always, stretch on your own. I'll stretch on mine. If you want, you can keep on doing these warm-ups. I'm probably going to keep on doing warm-ups because I'm not quite sweating yet. But if you guys don't feel like you can warm up anymore, like you're too tired, stop, go ahead and stretch before you come back. So I'm assuming that you're done stretching. I did an extra warm-up, and if you guys did an extra warm-up, great for you guys. And I also stretched, and I hope you guys did that as well, which is also great. So after that, we are going to move on to our form, focusing on our techniques and making sure that we get to that one goal, which is making our form look amazing and learning the techniques and making sure that we can actually hit pretty hard while not getting hit ourselves. So, as always, feet together, dragon form 1. Sir, we get into our left guard stance, making sure that we have a toe-heel line. So, if you guys don't know what that is, I think my toes are out of camera, but if you can see them, that's great. But a toe-heel line is whenever you're in a bow stance, which is a guard stance, a forward bow, and a reverse bow. But once you're in a guard stance, your toes and your heels should have a straight line to each other. So if I was at karate, we have those lines with our dots on them. If you were to be in a guard stance in them, your toes and your heels should be on that line. So it shouldn't be pretty far apart like this, because then my toes and my heel does not have a straight line. So we're in a guard stance, toe heel. After that, we're going to do a back fist, making sure we're pointing our elbow towards the target, then doing that back fist, as always. Twist and punch, and front kick. So for the front kick, we're doing 2. So again, guard stance, toe heel line, back fist, twist and punch, front kick, and back. So I'm going to break this form down a little bit before we move on to the next part, because next week I'm going to move on to part B and really focus on those details, because last month we were trying to just combine the forms and make sure that we all know that it's one form now, instead of making sure we got it absolutely 100%, we got it right. But this month, since it's graduation month, we want to make sure that we have it all solid, all make into one form with those great details, and making sure it looks like actual karate instead of flopping your arms around. So I'm gonna break it down again. Feet together, dragon form 1. Sir, guard stance, making sure got that toe heel line, knees are bent, hands are up, back fist pointing our elbow towards the target, twist and punch. If you are in a forward bow, your punch is vertical. If you're in a front stance, your punch is horizontal. I'm sorry if I'm doing horizontal punches. My class is all about horizontal punches instead of vertical ones. So I apologize, because that's just a habit for me. But if you're in a forward bow, which this form is in, you use a vertical punch. I might do some horizontal punches once in a while, but that's my fault. I should be doing vertical punches. That's an apology from me, making sure that you guys are doing it right. So, feet together, dragon form 1. Sir, guard stance, toe heel line, bend your knees, hands are up, point your elbow, back fist, then twist and punch into that forward bow, vertical punch. Then we are going to do 2 front kicks. When you do a front kick, make sure that your toes are pointing to the corner. So if I'm front kicking this way with this leg, my toes should be pointing towards that corner, because it's the opposite of my foot. So it should be the top right corner, and the top left corner, and if I was going to kick with my left leg, then I am going to point my toes towards the top right corner. So, pointing those toes, the not kicking leg towards the top left, and kicking with my right leg, such as so. So, again, guard stance, toe heel line, bending those knees, hands are up, back fist pointing your elbow, twist and punch, going into a forward bow, which means my chest is forward, my knee is blocking my groin, and punching is vertical, so such as this. And then we are going to do 2 front kicks, making sure our toes are pointing towards that corner, doing 2 front kicks, low then high. So front kick, front kick. So we made sure that we understand some more detailed parts of our form. So how do we make it better? So to make it better, we are going to do some drills, making sure that we have it down solid. So if you have some sort of stuffed animal or a pillow or something that you can hit without getting hurt, please use that, or just do it in the air, because I don't want you to hurt yourself while also not being able to break anything. So number 1, don't hurt yourself. That's the most important thing. Do not hurt yourself when trying to do these drills. Trying to hit something really hard and hurting your knuckles or your hand is going to be really bad. And number 2, don't break anything. If you try and back fist a glass, that's going to hurt a lot for you, and that's going to be a mess and painful for anyone that's trying to pick it up. So please make sure that you use something that you are able to hit and not hurt, and don't break it. So my first drill would be with a pillow or a stuffed animal that you can hit and doing a back fist to them. So if you have a parent or a sister or relative with you, please ask them politely to hold your stuffed animal or pillow. So right now I don't have anyone holding, but let's just pretend I have someone holding. So they'd be holding it either really low, like right here, in the middle, or really high. And I'm going to try and back fist while pointing my elbow at that target. So let's say they're holding it at this height. I'd get in my guard stance, point my elbow that low, and then back fist that low. So if they were going really high, I'd point my elbow really high and back fist at that target. So if they were going low, point my elbow, back fist. If they were going middle, back fist. If they were going high, point my elbow, back fist. That's really up to them to decide what height they are actually holding it and if you can point your elbow and actually hit it. So that's a really good drill. That's how you understand how to target your target and attack it with a back fist, because you are pointing at your target and then you are going to strike it with a back fist. Now, that's a drill for a back fist. After that, we talked about our front kicks, which are great. So when you do that, I want you to either hold on to a table or hold on to a wall so that you have stability, which means you won't tip over. So I have this wall right here. I'm going to point my toes towards a corner, and then I'm going to front kick at any height that I want. So it could be low, it could be medium, it could be high, whatever you really feel like. So once you get used to that, you can get off the wall and do that low, that medium, that high, whatever height you want, and 2 front kicks at a time. So it could be low, low, it can be low, medium, it could be low, high, it could be medium, low. The combination is up to you. If you guys want a challenge, I want you guys to do low, medium, high, high, medium, low. I lost my balance a little there, but if you guys can do that, that's amazing. That's absolutely better than what I could expect from my 6-year-old cousin. So that's absolutely amazing if you guys can do that. If not, that's perfectly fine. That's just a goal that you want to reach, but again, that's not required. What is required, however, is a low front kick to a high front kick. So low, high, whatever low and high means to you is different than what low and high means to me. If you guys want to play a game with your parents or your brother or sister or relative, you guys can take turns and say 2 of the heights that you want to do it at. So it could be low, medium, low, high, medium, low, medium, high, whatever you really want. So let's say it's me and, I don't know, my dad playing this game. He would say something like high, low. So I would do a front kick high and a front kick low, and then it would be his turn and I could say low, high, and then he could do a low front kick and a high front kick. Whatever you really want to do with this game or this drill is completely up to you, as long as you guys get that first front kick really down. So if you guys can, hold the wall, put your back against the wall, low, high, whatever you can to make sure that you're not tipping over while you do your form or the front kicks. So those are a couple drills. If you guys want, you can make your own drill and say, do that same thing with the back fist with the front kick. So they put a stuffed animal really low, you point your knee towards them and front kick really low, or they can hold it really high, point your knee, front kick. Make sure that when you guys do the front kick, you absolutely have to point your toes to the corner, or else you're gonna hurt yourself, and that is not really something I want. So that's it. That's going to be the class for Monday of this week. I don't remember the date. I'm sorry, I don't remember. But that's going to be the class. I'm sorry if you heard any weird noises. My heater is being weird right now, and there's going to be cars. And I'm sorry if the light is really dark. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me at some point. Again, post a picture of yourself, #MAK beats COVID-19, and that's it for me.